All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited to do this video. Let me tell you why, okay? So I say a lot of things on this channel, lots of stuff. And every once in a while, I just get proven utterly just correct, right? Where I'm like, this guy thinks this is what is going on in his mind. And then he'll go on Joe Rogan and then he'll literally say exactly what I said about his mental makeup. He's never said this stuff before. I just can look and I can tell. I say it, then he goes on JRE and just validates it. And I go, oh, I'm gonna make this video and show you guys what I said. And then here's what he said. So this is kind of like that, except even better. This is even better than that. Because you know who's actually been proving me right a lot lately is Leon Edwards. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now, but in relation to Deontay Wilder, okay? So I said a month before they booked the fight that Khamzat Chimaev and Leon Edwards was the fight to make, okay? You guys go back and look. I said it literally a month before they announced that fight. I said, that's the fight. And I didn't say it any other time, no other videos that I said Khamzat Chimaev should fight, blah, blah, blah. I said it one fight, and I said Leon Edwards is the fight. And they made it, you know? Fight game. Now, we talked about why. I don't need to go over that again. Hype and rank, we got that, okay? Now, what else have I been talking about when it comes to Leon Edwards, huh? By the way, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. I can tell you right now, this is going to be some insight you're not going to get anywhere else, all right? So, what else have I been saying about Leon Edwards? What has been my suggestion to him as it relates to his career, right? What specifically have I been saying that he should do? Remember? Do the crazy act, right? In that one video, which I would encourage you guys to go back. It's if you haven't seen it, it's one of my best videos ever, if not my best video ever. It's called Leon Edwards Has Gone Crazy or Has Lost His Mind or something. Just look up Jesse on Fire, Leon Edwards. Whatever one says Leon Edwards has gone crazy, that's the one to do, okay? And what I said in that video is I was like, look, this is not rocket science, okay? If you want to gain attention, all you have to do is just do anything. Just do a crazy act. Go out in the street, throw bottles across the street. Go, I'm crazy, man. Look at, I'm going crazy. I'm throwing bottles, start barking at cars. I'm crazy. Smash your head into the table. Just do the dumbest stuff ever. Have your friend follow you, slap bags of groceries out of people's hands at the grocery store and go, I'm Leon Edwards, I'm crazy. And people look and they're like, what's wrong with this guy? You know, it doesn't even need to be a good act. It can just be anything. And people are like, have you guys seen this Leon Edwards thing where he slapped groceries out of some guy's hands? Bizarre. But you're talking about him, right? Talking about him, so it doesn't matter. You could literally fill in the blank of something stupid and crazy you could do. That is what my suggestion was to Leon Edwards. Just do it and then post it. That's it. Okay. And I was intentionally trying to think of things that would make him look crazy and weird because it's inevitable to go around the internet, right? Now, how would I be proven correct about this, given that Leon Edwards has not done anything like that? Right? Which brings me to Deontay Wilder, okay? So, to recap, Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury. They fought to a draw, okay? Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder again, and Tyson Fury obliterated him and knocked him out, right? Subsequent to that, Deontay Wilder initially came out with an excuse that he was wearing a 40-pound costume during his walkout to the ring, and that was why he lost, because his legs were tired. Now, obviously, everyone was like, okay, guy. Okay, so that first thing was kind of, it was just like, wow, that's a pathetic excuse. I mean, that's a decision you made. Saying I made a decision to wear this gigantic 40-pound thing on my back as I was walking down to the ring, which, by the way, is not that much weight. 40 pounds? For Deontay Wilder, you could slap 40 pounds on me and I could walk down to the ring, no problems, right? No problems. And I don't think it would have very much effect on my performance. Deontay Wilder is a super athlete compared to me, but that's neither here nor there. It's obviously a ludicrous excuse. Then he jumped in on Glovegate, which I will acknowledge. I did do a TikTok on that because there were a couple pictures that made it look a little bit suspicious as it related to basically it was that people said that Tyson Fury had slipped his glove up to where his fist was kind of where the fist or where the wrist would have been. And so he was hitting him with less padding. That said, in subsequent research though, it definitely was not true. Okay. He definitely did not do that. Okay. Mind Smash just did an amazing video about this where he shows him clinching his glove. He definitely had his glove fully in. Okay. Or his hand fully in the glove. And then recently, as of very recently, now Deontay Wilder is saying that his trainer poisoned him, okay? In his water, poisoned him, right? So that's obviously ludicrous. It is obviously utterly insane because his trainer has more vested interest in him winning than any other human being on earth except for Deontay Wilder, right? He is directly tied to his success. So What do you think they're gonna bribe him with? What, like $40 million or something out of a purse that they're making 30 from? It's absurd. Like, he's already gonna make whatever, like 2.5 or $3 million on this fight, and then subsequent fights, same thing. Like, there's no chance that's true. It's obviously not true. So it's crazy. And I watched this video that Mind Smash did where he was entertaining that basically Deontay Wilder, the reason he's doing this is because he can't, like, in his mind, he's a see it, believe it, achieve it guy, right? And so he just can't even ever let it into his mind that he's lost or that he could lose, etc. It has to be something else. Okay, so that's probably, you know, sure. I love Mind Smash's videos, by the way. And that very well could be true. But I'm going to propose a different option, or different potential way of looking at it. Deontay Wilder is doing the Leon crazy act, okay? It's genius, because guess what? Who wants to see that third fight more now than they did before? Me, right? Okay, it seemed pretty decisive, the end of the second fight, right? I mean, pretty decisive. I didn't really feel like I needed to see the rematch, but guess what? Now that Deontay Wilder's saying all this crazy stuff, I kind of want to see them fight again, you know? And I would imagine that most of you guys do too. I would assume, I mean, we have this tight little community on my two channels, and I love that. And I think that that's because you guys recognize that I'm just like you guys. I'm just a fan that loves this motherfucking sport. And I just happen to be gifted with the gift of gab on the camera. I'm no different than you guys. We respond to the same things, right? Like, if I feel like I want to watch Deontay Wilder, I can pretty much guarantee all you guys want to watch Deontay Wilder because you guys are good, smart fight fans. And it's interesting, right? It's interesting. And so, inadvertently, most likely, Deontay Wilder is literally proving my point about Leon Edwards. He's doing the exact strategy that I laid out for Leon Edwards to do, which is do anything. Just do crazy stuff. Like, go crazy. Like, anything that gets people talking about you. Because why are people talking about Deontay Wilder right now? Does he have a fight booked? No. Nope. The reason why people are talking about him is because he's saying crazy things. He's saying things that are fucking crazy. Okay? Crazy. And so, Leon Edwards, this is the thing. This would not work for most people. Let me just actually lay that out. I think in the first video I did, I kind of made it sound like anyone could kind of do this, but I was just being dramatic. That's not true, okay? Not anyone can do this. But someone in the position of Leon Edwards absolutely can do this, okay? It is a surgical application of this strategy, and here it is, okay? If you have a lot of wins, like if you have a big ranking and you have no following, right? That is when you do the crazy act. That's when you pull in a gimmick, because you are just missing the one thing, which is the attention. And if you're the 30th ranked fighter, right? I mean, you could do crazy. I mean, it's never a bad thing to get attention on yourself. It's never a bad thing to get attention on yourself, ever. But it's not going to work as like instantaneously, right? Because you don't have the ability to kind of make things go into the, you know, like people aren't just going to automatically pay attention to things that you do. If you have a top rank and you do something crazy, people are going to pay attention and they're going to share it around because they already know your name, right? If they know your name, but they're not really that interested, just give them a reason to be interested. You know, if they know your name and they're not interested, give them a reason to be interested. If they don't know your name, you know, maybe you can get them to know your name and then give them a reason to be interested. But when you already have the thing where they are like Triple C, right? When Triple C won the title off of, Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, he had not done the Triple C thing yet, right? He won the title. It was exciting because, you know, he beat one of the best fighters of all time, but he still hadn't done the gimmick, so he wasn't that. It was going into the TJ fight that he was like, I'm just going to create a character, you know? So he executed exactly what I'm laying out. Now, his was a little bit different than just a crazy act. His was the king of cringe, but it is common sense, man. So, Leon, okay? If you beat Khamzat Chimaev, right, you're already going to have some hype. Just do anything, man. I know it's fucking weird. And obviously you are a quiet, stoic, Spartan dude. Force yourself. Do you like money? Do you want to be the world champion? Do you want to be a superstar? Do you want to be one of the best fighters and one of the most respected fighters in the UFC? You can't do it without it, man. You can't do it without it. You can't just stoically walk in and win unless you're Khabib. And Khabib is naturally interesting, right? Like, there are some people that can do the stoic thing because they have this aura around them that is fascinating. There's something like, you know, you're like, damn, this is a guy who was wrestling bears when he was a kid. He's ice cold. He's from Russia. He's a killing machine. He's the antithesis of Conor McGregor. That helped Khabib so much, man. You have the biggest star in the world, and then you're like, here's the photo negative of this guy, okay? Conor stands for all this stuff, and Khabib stands for the opposite, okay? Like, the dichotomy between Conor and Khabib is one of the main reasons that he became such a huge star. But there's also just something about him, you know? There's something about him. Like, Islam Makhachev has lived the exact life that Khabib has, pretty much. Same trainers, same family, or not family, but, like, they basically, like, live together and train together, whatever. Even if he comes up and wins and, like, runs through everybody, he's never going to be Khabib, man. You can just tell, like, and that's not anything disrespectful towards Islam Makhachev. It's just, Khabib is special, man. Khabib is special. Khamzat Chimaev is special, right? It's not just about where they come from. They're special guys. But if you are one of those guys that kind of doesn't have that thing going for you, where you're not just naturally like a beacon of energy or whatever it is, you don't have that it thing, just create it. Go crazy. Just go crazy. So that is my suggestion to Leon Edwards. Now, since I've got you guys here and you guys are still paying attention, let's talk about a couple other things, all right? Because I could do multiple videos, but I'm not going to, all right? So I was disappointed that Thiago Santos lost last night because I really like watching him fight. There's nothing else really to say except this right here, okay? So Jan Blachowicz, right, before this fight, gets asked by an interviewer the stupidest question in the history of UFC, right? Well, maybe not this history, but a really stupid question. The guy goes, so, you know, you got Thiago Santos and you got Glover Teixeira fighting, and that should be a #1 contendership. Are you upset that they're like booking you to fight Izzy when you've got, you know, you have unfinished business with Thiago Santos? And I sat there and I'm like, are you you're an MMA journalist? Like, is this a serious question? Because that sounded like you were serious. Like, it sounded like a serious question. Okay, let me translate what you actually asked him. Okay, hey Jan, so this is your very first time fighting while defending a belt, which means that your pay structure has just completely changed, right? Where you were probably making, I don't know, 150, so about 300K a fight, and now you're getting a back end piece of the pay-per-view, meaning that whoever you fight is going to help dictate how many pay-per-views get sold. And so they're offering you a 185-pound fighter that is one of the biggest draws in the UFC and is likely to sell somewhere around 700 to 800,000 more pay-per-views than if you fought one of these other guys, which means you'll probably make another $3 to $4 million for this fight. Like, are you upset about that? You know, would you rather fight Thiago Santos for $4 million less? Like, I mean, so is that Are you upset about that? Jan Blachowicz literally goes, yeah, no, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. You know, whoever UFC wants me to fight. I'm like, you just asked this guy if he's upset about getting a $4 to $5 million raise for this next fight. Like, idiot. So, anyway, there's that. Now, one other thing, okay? So, Khabib's path back, it's probably another video, actually. It is. That is another video. I have another video to do, and it's going to be about how Khabib actually gets baited back into the UFC, because I saw a video of him where he was talking about, he actually does seem on the fence. Like, I don't think he's bluffing, you know, like I saw him talking about it. I do think he is confused, right? Like, I think it sounded like he is walking another video, okay? I'm going to do another video right now, and it's going to be about Khabib coming back, because I saw a thing, and then there was subsequent narrative around it, etc. I'm going to do it now. Anyway, love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Peace.